In this network marketing training, I'm going to show you why you should absolutely stop calling your prospects and what you should be doing instead. My name is William Metsäkylä, and my mission with this channel is to help you, fellow network marketer, to break free and finally become a full-timer in this beautiful business. Now, over this training, if you feel that you have some comments, if you want to ask some questions, feel free to type them in the comment section below. And hey, with this introduction, we're good to go, and let's dive into the training. One of the things that I became very good at in the beginning phase of my network marketing career was the invitation process. After my initial struggles, I was able to crack the code, and ever since I was just so confident inviter. I knew that I was able to invite anybody from anywhere, and they would always come to my meetings. 11 out of 10 people would just attend to my meetings with a big fat smiles on their faces. I was having phone calls with everybody. Sometimes they lasted 3 minutes, 5 minutes, sometimes even 10 minutes. But every time I was able to pique the curiosity so that the person wanted to come to the meeting. However, the big problem was that when I finally got started, my first partners in the organization, and I now started to teach this skill set to other people, I saw that it just wasn't succeeding at all. I wasn't able to actually show them what I was doing because what I was doing was so spontaneous. Those phone calls, as I told you, they sometimes lasted for 10 minutes, and there was absolutely nothing that could have been duplicable. So my struggle was that I wasn't able to actually teach everything that I was accidentally doing in my phone conversations, so my partners were not getting success with the invitation process at all. This was obviously initially very frustrating because I was just getting so crazy success with my invitations, and how the heck wasn't I able to actually duplicate that to my team? Well, I knew that something needed to change, and we really needed a model that we could actually teach to other people. So we went back to first what was our initial and our first invitation script from the company. And we had this certain script where we were supposed to agree the time, then agree the place, and then quickly tell the reason and all of those things. And we started to try and apply that formula as well. So my new team members, they were calling with their phones, but they weren't succeeding with that either. Because what happened is, even though they had this script, they had this formula with them, but people started to ask questions. First of all, they weren't very confident with the script, so they sounded like somebody was pointing a gun at them. And then second of all, when people started to ask questions from my team members, they totally crumbled, and the whole thing collapsed. Well, then we thought that, okay, the phone call thing is not seemingly working. What if we move to text messages? Because there we can think through everything. Nobody can sense if somebody's pointing a gun or anything like that. And if somebody asks questions, we can reply to them with a certain amount of thinking before actually giving the answer. And we went to the text messages. Well, now the scripting was great, now everything was duplicable, but we weren't getting results. And the reason was that when we were sending those text messages, we weren't actually able to pique the curiosity, to really transfer the excitement of us that we wanted to transfer in order to get those people to come to our meetings. And we were thinking that, well, what the heck, how can we combine these two things, that we don't need to put people into the awkward position of calling people, but on the other hand, that we would still be able to transfer the energy to the receiving end. And so we started to do voice and video messages. I personally do only video messages, but I also gave my team an option to give out those voice messages because now we could combine those two things. We would have this crazy good script, but we would still be able to practice it, because we obviously don't need to send out an invitation that sucks. We can just re-record it, and we can re-record it so many times that it becomes second nature of us, so that it's just part of us, and we can just send out those invitations as it was part of our casual conversation. And this was the way we were able to remove the feeling from the receiving end that somebody was pointing a gun at our teammate's head, and on the other hand, we were able to also remove the obstacle that we weren't able to transfer the excitement, because now we had if we used videos, even the smile and the body language, but in the voice messages also, people could sense the excitement. Now, these were the methods that really allowed us to start duplicating that effective invitation process throughout our organization. And I really highly recommend you to start doing those video messages. The video messages are by far the best, because there you can put up a big fat smile on your face, you can put up your suit, and you can really, with your body language, transfer the energy. But also voice messages are almost equally as good, because there at least you have your voice, you can have your posture straight and you sound enthusiastic, because then we are able to really transfer the excitement, because if we want somebody to make a decision that they want to come to our meetings, then we need to be able to trigger an emotion in them. And in order to do that, we need to have high energy, high enthusiasm, so we are able to pique the curiosity, trigger the emotion that they come to our meetings with, okay, I don't know what is this about, but I really need to find it out. Now here at the end of this lesson, I want to do something cool. I want to do something crazy. I want to give for you for free away my Invitation Secrets Black Book. Now this is a black book that I've prepared several hours. I've been condensing every knowledge that I possibly have about this invitation process to a simple, I think 15 pages long PDF swipe file, where you will be learning all the essentials when it comes to the invitation process, how you actually build those frameworks, what are the 4 parts that needs to be in place in order for you to get those successful invitations, and then also what are those word-by-word scripting, what you should be actually saying in that very invitation once it's time to send one. And I will be leaving, I will leave in the description, I will leave the link, so you can from that link go and download your free Invitation Secrets Black Book, and you can start digging into that. And from now on, please do me a favor and do yourself a favor, start using only video and voice messages while you're doing the invitations. Now this was it for the lesson. I'm very grateful that you watched it all the way to the end. Now go grab your Invitation Secrets Black Book. Feel free to share your feedback, and now in the comments, if there is something, epiphanies that you have experienced during the training, or something that you want to share, just feel free to tell it. And also afterwards, when you have checked through the Invitation Secrets Black Book, feel free to share your free feedback. Feel free to use that with your team when you are helping your team to duplicate the invitation process. Now with this, we're good to go. And if you did get value from this training, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and you can share this, you can like this video, do all these crazy things, show me a little bit of love and support. But hey, thank you and see you soon.